Hi, guys. How are you? Let me adjust things. Thank you. Thank you for hopping in. I appreciate it. Today, we're talking about, hold on, I have to fix my screen a little bit. What your relationship is teaching your children. And what I mean is the relationship you're having between you and your partner, okay? Or you and the other parent. Sometimes we don't live together. Sometimes we do live together. Sometimes we live together and we're not so happy. What is that dynamic teaching your child? So I appreciate you joining me. You can give StreamYard your name and then I can see your name pop up in the comments. You can tag me. Feel free anyway to, let me know you're here. I appreciate it. If you're on the replay, give me a hashtag after party. Let me know that you're watching on the replay. And again, you can comment on anything. If you're new to my broadcast, welcome. I'm excited to have you here. Let me tell you a little bit about me. I'm Celia Kibler. I'm family empowerment coach and the author of Raising Happy Toddlers, How to Build Great Parenting Skills and Stop Yelling at Your Kids, along with 3 children's books. I wrote that book as a manual. Parents always say, I wish kids came with a manual. They do. And there it is. Put it on your shelf. Don't just leave it on your shelf. There it is on my shelf. Don't just leave it there. Actually refer to it when things are going wrong and you don't know how to respond. There are usable, doable, practical advice in response to almost everything you're dealing with. Okay, you can get my books at right there, celiasbooks.com. Also, I'm a mom of 5, 2 I gave birth to, 3 I gained through marriage, and I'm the grandma to 9 children. I've been successfully parenting a blended family for over 27 years, and I have been a real life mommy for over 40 years. So I bring you a lot of experience. I'm the founder of Pumped Up Parenting, the founder of Fun Fit Family Fitness, and the founder of the International Day of Calm that happens on April 5th of every year. And on that day, we run a summit. So it'll be coming up soon to teach you how to calm all the areas of your life. Because I'm on a mission to get parents to stop yelling at their kids, 1 million parents to be specific, to stop yelling at their kids. And also, let's just calm everyone else while we're at it. So that's at dayofcalm.org. Let's get started, though, about your relationship because your relationship is so important. If you think back to the way you were parented and the way your parents behaved, what you saw, that was your normal. And that is what you're taking into, sorry about that, just hit my microphone, what you're taking into your relationship. Okay, because that's what you see. You don't know that there's other relationships that are different. You're growing up with this relationship of your 2 parents. Are you guys, you 2 that are in this relationship, not your children, how are you guys speaking to each other? How are you communicating? Are you yelling at each other all the time? Are you calling names? Are you blaming? Are you shaming? Are you speaking with curse words and aggressively? Because you know what? You're teaching your children to do the same. So don't be surprised when they're in a relationship with maybe their sibling or family, cousins, or friends at school, if they're behaving the same way. Because once again, that's their normal. That's what they're learning. In their eyes, this is what a relationship is. When I talk to parents, and I talk to many, many of them, ones that are in my Tranquility Tribe, ones that I privately coach, and ones that join my Stop Yelling challenges and are on my social networks. When I ask, why do you yell at your kids? I get, for the most part, 2 answers. Oh, look, there's schmutzy on my finger. Don't know what that is. Anyway, doesn't matter. Oh, look, it's makeup. Anyway, sorry, distraction. I get 2 answers. One is, I don't know any other way. The other is, I ask nicely over and over again, and then they don't listen until I yell. The I don't know any other way means that when they were raised by parents that yell. So how are they supposed to learn a different way? That's how they learn to relate to children and get them to do stuff. You yell at them, they move. Now, let me explain that yelling is not respect. Think of a person in your life that yells at you a lot. Maybe it's a boss, maybe it's a friend, maybe it's your significant other, maybe it's a parent, maybe it's a teacher, and they yell all the time. Do you really respect that person? No, because they're not offering you respect. It is not respectful to yell. It is respectful to talk calmly to a person, use manners, smile when you talk, be considerate of what they're going through, recognize emotions, acknowledge emotions, talk about different ways to handle different situations. That's respect. Not yelling and screaming at someone because you're so frustrated it's not going your way. If you're disappointed and you're yelling and screaming at your partner, your significant other, because they're not doing what you want them to do, or why are they home so late, or why is this going on, and why are you such an idiot? How can you be so stupid? Your children are not just hearing all of that, they're absorbing all of that. Just as if you were saying to them, how can you be so stupid? How come you're such an idiot? I grew up with a wonderful family. Love my dad to death. Love my mother. Wonderful, wonderful people. My father was raised with physical and mental abuse. He did not bring the physical abuse into the family, but he did bring the mental abuse. He would fly off the handle. He would have a very short fuse, lose his temper, and he would start screaming at whoever. He would also call my mother names like, how can you be so dumb? He always regretted this. He passed away a couple of years ago at the age of 92. The Day of Calm is on April 5th because it is in honor of him, because he was the yeller in our family. And up to the time he passed away, he always regretted the way he treated our mom. But you know what? I always felt like I was dumb and stupid. He never called me dumb and stupid, but I heard all this and I took it to heart. I assumed if mom's stupid, I must be stupid because I was a lot like mom. So I just related it all. You have to be so careful of the words you say and the way you say it. When we communicate, 80% of communication is the way we say something, is our nonverbal cues. 20% is the words we say. And it breaks down finer than that, but for generalization, let's go 80-20. It is really important to be proactive for yourself, to really recognize your triggers, what sets you off. And if something's setting you off, go take a break. Sit down, chill out, relax, think about the way you're going to respond, and don't just abruptly respond. Don't be reactive. When we are reactive, we lose control. Think if there's something going on between you and your partner or you and your children, and it's repetitive every day or every other day, think about that, discuss it, resolve it. Don't keep dealing with it again and again and again and again and punishing and screaming and yelling. Think of how you can get it resolved. And if you're not sure, reach out for help. I'm here. There are a million people around that you may connect with that can help you. Be ready to take control of you. The whole basis behind the Day of Calm is to help people realize that they can only be in control of one person, and that one person is you. You cannot control what happens around you. It happens. It's in the hands of other people, other situations, the weather, Mother Nature, whatever. Only thing that you can control is you. And if your kids are reacting harshly, your partner's reacting harshly, you remain calm. Yelling, screaming, name calling is all taught to your children. Why don't you teach them how to be calm? Why don't you help your partner be calm by you remaining calm? Calm breeds more calm, just like yelling and aggravation breeds more yelling and aggravation. You take control of the situation. You be the one that says, we've had enough screaming and yelling here. We're not going to call names anymore. We are not going to make excuses. We're going to learn better. What is your profession? What do you do? Are you a teacher? Are you a doctor? Are you an attorney? Are you a plumber? Are you an electrician? Are you a mechanic? What did you have to do to learn how to be those things? Those skills did not just come naturally. Why do parents think that parenting comes naturally? Parenting comes from the way you were parented. You learn from your past generations. And generation after generation, there is dysfunction and abuse. And if you don't make an effort to learn a better way, there will be future generations of dysfunction and abuse. It is no shame in thinking, I don't know how to react to this situation. I don't have a clue. My kids are out of control. Do I just allow that to happen year after year? Is it going to get better a year from now, 3 years from now? No, it's going to get worse because you don't know what you don't know. Be willing to learn. Be willing to help your children grow up to be confident, self-reliant, compassionate, kind, happy adults. But if you're not living that life, they're not learning that life. You and your partner need to be on the same page. You need to be respectful to each other. Respect is always a two-way street. Always. You have to learn how to respect each other. How can you get on the same page in so many things? If you're not on the same page with parenting, that's a problem because parenting and those methods and those systems and those skills happen every day. And if one's saying one thing and the other one's like, that, I don't even know why you're saying that. Listen, honey, you need to do this. Then you're teaching your kids to play each other. And if one says something and you contradict them right in front of your child, you're taking away that person's authority. You are taking authority out of the hands of that parent and saying, I'm the only one that has authority over this situation. You have to get on the same page. You have to decide, how are we going to talk to each other? How are we going to live together so that our children see normal as a calm, cooperative, respectful relationship, not as a disrespectful, angry relationship, an aggressive relationship? How will we do this? And if you don't know how, ask. Reach out for help. Because if you don't solve it now, it's not going to get better. It's going to get worse. Why? Because those things that are building up day after day that you're too afraid to talk about or you will refuse to talk about is becoming resentment. And once there's resentment in a relationship and mistrust and lack of respect, there's no relationship. How do you have a relationship if you don't respect your partner? How do you have a relationship if you resent your partner? How do you have a relationship if you mistrust your partner? If there is no appreciation for each other, then eventually you'll be like, what are we, roommates? What are we doing here? You don't even care that I'm here, and basically I don't even care that you're here. Might as well live on our own. Relationships take work. Parenting takes work. It takes intention. It takes being proactive. It takes being the person that says, you know what? I do need help. And you know what? Asking for help is a sign of courage. It's not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of you admitting, you know what? There's got to be a better way. I love this person. This person means a lot to me. Let's decide to work on it together. We all make mistakes. We're all human. And mistakes are useless if we don't try to learn from them. Failure is part of success. It's on the journey of success. It's on the road to success. It's not the opposite of success. It's all in the journey. Things that don't work, learn how to fix them. Because everything you do, good or not so good, you teach your child and give them permission to do. Everything. The old adage is, do what I say, not what I do, is garbage. They will always do what you do. You could be sitting there smoking a cigarette and say, you really shouldn't smoke cigarettes because they're bad for you. And yet you're standing there smoking a cigarette. You have to decide to be what you want your children to be. And that's not always easy because we get set in our ways and there are habits. We used to say a habit takes 21 days to form. Now there's been many studies that now say it takes 63 days. That's a couple of months, guys, for you to stay consistent day after day after day. And if you need accountability, get someone to hold you accountable. Reach out for help because I will say it again. Everything you do, good or not so good, you are teaching your child to do and giving them permission to do. Think about that. And then half the time, kids do stuff that they learn from us, and then they get in trouble. They get in trouble for something you taught them. That's not fair. If you need help, reach out. Send me a message. Say, you know what? I really just need to talk about what's going on. How can I move forward from this? I'll give you free time to talk to me. But you have to decide this needs to be fixed for me, for my significant other, for my children, for my family. Are you happy living stressed out and aggravated every day? No, guys, life is not a dress rehearsal. And none of us are getting out of here alive. And it's gone before you know it. So decide either this is my life or I'm going to make my life pleasurable, enjoyable, happy, and fun. And that will in turn make your children's lives the same way and your partner's life the same way. Push your ego out of the picture. Do it for yourself. Do it for your partner. Do it for your kids. All right. That's what I got for you today. Any questions, let me know. If you need help, reach out. If you want a manual for your kids, get it. At celiasbooks.com. It's opposite. And as always, I hope this helped. Take one tip, put it into action today. And in the meantime, I wish you days filled with peace, love, tons of laughter. Really is the best medicine. And I'll see you here next week at 10 a.m. Eastern Time on Pumped Up Parenting. Check out my podcast, Pumped Up Parenting. Learn what you need to know because it's good to know what you don't know. And I'll see you here next time. Thanks for joining. Bye-bye, everyone.